What's up, everybody? Welcome back and thanks for tuning into the channel. We did it. We are finally at 56 followers. In today's video, we're going to do it. We're going to cover the Cadlink settings. Guys, if you're using your Epson ET 8550 to do DTF transfers at home, you know what I'm talking about. You feel my pain. So my Cadlink settings got thrown off, and God, I totally forgot what they were. I had to sit there and dig into the memory box, but I remembered. So I'm going to share with you guys the settings that I have my Cadlink set at. And I'll tell you, my prints come out super nice, colorful, vibrant, delightful. What else can we say? No more chit chat. Let's dive right in. Check it out. All right, so we're going to go feature by feature. So if you go to Q and we go to properties, I want to show you guys setting by setting. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but right here under settings where it says general, you want to make sure that you have Epson ET 8550 DTF V2. And under print mode, you want to do 1440 by 1440 high ink DTF. Substrate color, originally this is white, and all that means is that when you upload your art into Cadlink, when you see it as in the preview, it's going to be white, right? But I usually print on black t-shirts, so I kind of wanted to get an idea before I hit print what it would look like against the black. So I changed my substrate color to black. You don't have to change it, but if you want to get it to change to black, you would go into choose color. Originally, the red, the green, and the blue had 255, 255, and 255, which I'm sure your settings say 255 across the board. But to get the substrate color, I just changed everything to 0. The day that I want to go back to white as the background, I just come back in here and change the zeros to 255 for red, 255 for green, and 255 for blue. Okay. So once you have your settings set up like this, you want to hit OK. Hot folders, I'll be honest, I've never done anything in hot folders. Media setup, you want to make sure that you have fixed media sheets. You have 3 options: roll media, template media, and fixed sheet. I do not print off rolls. I have loose individual DTF film 13 by 19, so I put fixed sheet media. I have a wide format 13 by 19, so down here in the Dropbox, you want to make sure that you're selecting the correct one. Mine is 13 by 19. Yours could be anything else. Okay, then you're going to hit OK. Under layout manager, so take a picture of this or make sure to save this video, like and subscribe, guys. If you're liking this video, subscribe, drop some comments below. What do you have your settings set at? If they're any different from this, I'm curious to see what some of your prints look like. Maybe we can compare notes. But again, make sure to like and subscribe so you can take those 56 followers maybe to 100. We'll see, right? So under layout manager, you want to make sure that you have the first and the third boxes checked. Layout jobs on page as they arrive is what you want to select, along with mirror job on import. You do not want to select any of these, but you do want to keep the preview multiple pages jobs as an overlay. All pages overlap. Keep that selected. Under layout mode, you want to keep it as manual. There are other options. Manual is the one you want to go with. For options, you want to make sure that you have remove white spaces from bottom and remove white spaces from right selected. And on job import, leave as is. 0, 0 at the bottom sections, and you will hit OK. Scheduling options, I've never really done anything. Printer status, job reserve, print labels, these are not really grommet. I know that if you're going to print your own banner, which we do banners also, this is to set up the grommet holes, which are the little holes that you hang the banners on. So under color layer, we're going to go into layer profile. Okay, so where it says plain, white, black, magenta, cyan, and yellow, make sure that all your boxes are checked, enabling the options. Under choke, you want to have 1 under white, 0 under black, 1 under magenta, 1 under cyan, 1 under yellow. Do not select anything in the flood boxes, and everything on the right should be set to 0. Make sure to have this box selected. Use multiple documents as layers and no mirror. Your flood level should be set to 255, and your layer passes, set it to 6. A lot of people set it to 1, and I'm going to tell you that with 1, you're not going to get those vibrant professional prints. You're going to wind up with some banding, some dull looking colors. So raise your layer passes to 6. Do not do anything with this. Hit OK. Under processing options, you want to make sure under white and color options that your underbase is selected. I am currently using 27, 80% white under black. You have many options. I go with option 27, which is 80% white under black. Maximum ink, I have it set to 90. Choke the prime stop white prime peeking out, set it to 4. And these are all the numbers you want to set it to. Use Knock Me Black Out at 70, Clean Black at 255, Color Boost Blend at 20, Color Boost Graphics at 30, 0 as Use Knock Me White Out, and Flatten. Now, don't leave this screen. Go to the next tab, which is Clear and Other Spot Options. You want to make sure that you have Apply White, and you see this 90 right here. A lot of people I've been seeing, and they've been messaging me telling me, Jen, my white is not printing over the color. All right, so this number, maximum ink 90%, must match this number. So if on your first tab and your second tab, maximum ink, white ink strength, this number does not match this number, that is where your problem is. So make sure that they match. I have them at 90. Choke spread the ink at 4. If you go back over here, it's at 4. So these settings and these settings now mirror each other, and hit OK. Under printer options, you want to make sure that you are selecting high quality, not fast, high quality, and unidirectional. I've watched many videos about bidirectional, and you want to select unidirectional. At least that's what I have selected. Feel free to choose whatever you'd like, and then hit OK. Under ICC profile, I really didn't select anything. This is what was already here. So make sure that you have all these options selected. Override input custom profiles, set at custom. That your RGB CMYK are selected in both the vector input profiles and image input profiles, and to hit OK. Halftones, from what I recall, this was already preset for you. And honestly, you really couldn't change this if you wanted to. Ink removal, I really don't do anything with. Other, that's pretty much it. Okay. So when it comes to your Cadlink settings, that should be it. That should do it, guys. Thanks for tuning in, guys. If this video helped you and you enjoyed it and you were able to find some solutions for your Cadlink settings, please make sure to like and subscribe. Appreciate you guys for hanging out. Make sure to follow us at 3J's Threads and Treasure on Instagram and the Tickety Talk. Peace out, guys. We're done for today. Goodbye.